All right, here we are for tonight's game featuring the River Lake Stars 12UA versus Warroad 12UA. Both teams are 2-0 coming into this game. The winner of this game will go to the championship game tomorrow. I believe the loser of this game will play for third place. Stars are in black, moving from right to left. Warroad moving from left to right in the white jerseys. Warroad wins that draw back. Play it back to their defense. Long stretch pass through the neutral zone, picked up by Wagner. She's pulled down. Akerson brings it into the zone. Puck comes down to the near wall. Shot fired wide of the net. Warroad will skate out with it. Pass goes through everybody. Martinka and Wagner run into each other, and Warroad's able to push the puck down to the Star zone. Comes around the net for Dolly. Dolly moves it forward to Barton. Barton chips it off the boards, but it's kept in at the point. Shot on. Stopped by Peterson. Dolly will skate out with it. Dolly, pass across to Martinka. Intercepted. Now Warroad will step in with it. Skates through two. Shot wide of the net. Puck in the corner. Emery Prosser has it pinned up there. She'll step away with it. Skating through our zone with speed out to the neutral zone across center ice. Into the Warroad zone along the far wall. She's pinned up against the wall and loses the puck. They bump it back behind themselves, try to play it out, but Garner holds it in. Puck along that far wall. Warroad comes back to it. No. Balloon steps in and steals it. Behind the net with it. Skates around. Moves out to Hepner. Hepner fires a shot. It's blocked. Now Warroad coming up the ice into the Star zone. She'll be pushed against the wall. Puck taken away by Willa Prosser. Now Willa will skate back and get it. Hits the brakes, turns back, throws it over to Garner on the far wall. Garner loses it in her feet, turns around, skates forward, chips it off the wall to the Warroad player. Balloon gets a stick on it to get out to the neutral zone. Warroad retreats with it. Skated into the zone. Big stick by Willa Prosser to keep that out of the zone. Now Warroad throws it in deep. Hepner finds it behind the net. Hepner chips it off the wall. Shot thrown on, tipped, and in. Okay, Haley. Tipped in by a Stars player. And Warroad takes an early 1-0 lead. 14:45 remaining in this first period. Balloon will take the draw for the Stars. Face off, push back, past Barton. She'll chip it over to Dolly along the near boards. She fires it up the wall. Balloon gives chase, comes into his own. Barton chips it off the wall, down to the corner. Puck comes out to Dolly. Dolly throws a shot wide of the net. Tipped by Akerson, still wide of the net. Puck comes out to the point, past Wagner. Warroad with speed. Up the far side. Put a move on and score. Warroad takes a 2-0 lead. 14:15 remaining in the first period. Prosser, Martinka, Davis, Prosser, and Hepner out there for the Stars. Martinka pushes that puck forward to the blue line, then Warroad takes it, moves it back. Pass on the blue line, across the far side. Drop pass there by Warroad. Move forward, Emery Prosser chips it off the boards to herself. She'll skate through our defensive zone with speed up the near wall. Into the Warroad zone. Hits the brakes, centering. Deflects wide. She finds it again along the back wall. Puck comes to the near corner. Martinka will chase it. Davis helps out there. Puck comes forward to Hepner, who steps in to push it back. Davis throws him towards the net. Now it comes back to Hepner at the wall. Gets past her, and Warroad will come out of the zone with it. Balloon steps in front of it, and she'll chip it up into the bench. Balloon will take the draw for the Stars. Face off, pushed into the Warroad zone. They'll collect it there. And move the puck forward along the near wall. Pass is deflected by Dolly, but still sneaks in. Warroad behind the net with it. Moving the puck to the far corner. Back behind the net. Pressure put on by the Stars. Balloon will come forward with it. Moves it forward to Hagelin. Hagelin skates out to center ice, and then Warroad takes it away. Dolly plays that one forward. Now Balloon finds it. And Warroad has it pinned up there along the blue line. Garner pulls it off the wall, moves it back to Dolly. Dolly turns and passes it to the defenseman from Warroad. Now Hagelin with it. She'll skate forward. Just that red line has it tipped off of her stick as she tries to throw it in. Warroad with it in the corner, picked off by Emery Prosser. Shot on, saved by the goalie. Cross around the draw for the Stars, pushes it forward. Warroad will take it, move it behind their own net. Akerson putting pressure along the far wall. Puck's moving. Akerson moves it out to the point to Willa. Willa throws a shot, deflects off a body and goes wide. And comes to the corner. Akerson throws it out to the point. Willa holds it. She'll throw it back down to the corner. Picked up by Emery. She's knocked down. Warroad will skate through. Now Hepner steps in, gets a stick on that one. Barton brings it across the zone. Behind the net with it. She gets worked off of it. Now Emery will step away with it. Centering attempt goes through everybody and out of the zone. Willa moves the puck forward. Akerson chases, gets a skate on it, keeps it in the zone. Now Akerson stops that pass and Barton gets to it. Balloon finds it in the near corner. Warroad takes it away. Held in by Balloon. She'll step off the line with it and then loses it to a Warroad player. Warroad coming up the ice with it. Pass Prosser, shot on, save Peterson. Balloon will find that one, skated up the near side. Hepner skates it across, moves it to the blue line, can't quite get it in. Now Wagner tries to fire it in, it's deflected. Warroad will come away with it. Emery Prosser comes into the zone, fires one, blocker saved by the goalie. Picked up by Davis, she'll throw one on net, glove saved by the goalie, and she'll cover. Stars down 2-0 early in this first period. 10:29 remaining in the first. Warroad wins that draw back into the corner. Now it comes out to the point, picked up by Dolly. Dolly will turn and fire, goes wide in the net. Warroad's able to chip that out of the zone into the neutral zone. Picked up by Garner, but lost behind the net. Garner's pass forward through Hagelin. Warroad will retreat into their zone with it. Hagelin almost gets a stick on that one, frees herself. And the puck comes back to Dolly. Puck thrown in by Warroad. Centering attempt, Dolly picks that off. Passes forward out to the neutral zone. Emery Prosser skates past one. Gets to it as it hits the goal line, circles with it. Turns, pass across, caught by Akerson. Can't get it to her forehand. Now Warroad will have it along the far wall, and they throw it down for icing. Balloon will take the draw for the Stars. Face off won by Warroad, pulled back in the corner, but Akerson takes it away there. Drop pass for Balloon, gets it out to the point. Shot by Willa Prosser, defended by the goalie, turned to the corner. Centering attempt. Barton finds it along the back wall. Now Warroad sneaks the puck up, but Will is able to keep it in. Akerson fighting for that one in the near corner. Stops it along the near wall, pushes it back towards the corner. Puck's just moving back and forth along that corner there. Balloon and Akerson tied up on it. Now Balloon will step away with it. Now she's pinned up against the wall again, moves it back up the wall. Now Hepner will step in with it. Chips it past the defense. Centers right through Barton's stick and out to the neutral zone. Willa Prosser back to retrieve it. Willa hits the brakes, turns back, throws it out. Warroad's there to intercept. Warroad throws it near side. Balloon with it along the far wall. Skates in, that's taken away by Warroad. Puck bouncing around in the neutral zone, fired in by Martinka. Puck along the end wall, picked up by Warroad. She'll fall down, Davis gets to it. Davis centers, picked off by Warroad. Now moved back into the corner by the Stars. Pulled off of her stick there. Now Davis finds it behind the net. And Warroad takes it away again. Emery Prosser gets a stick on that one. Now it comes back to her along the wall. She'll fire it to Martinka off of her stick and behind the net. Now back over to Emery along the far wall. Warroad steps away with it. And pressure put on by Davis keeps that one in the zone. Warroad will throw the pass. Oh. He must have watched her for plenty of games knowing that she never touches those pucks. Face off pulled back by Prosser, moved to the point for Wagner. Wagner will shovel it in on a backhand to the corner, picked up by Warroad. Warroad's pass comes out of the zone and that'll be offsides.
Go Stars!
Face off, pulled back to the near side. Dolly will chase it to the near wall. She fires forward, picked up by Warroad there. Warroad's long stretch pass intercepted by Garner. She'll get to it at center ice and throw it in, picked up by Warroad. Warroad, pass across through everybody. Wagner got a stick on it to slow it down, then pushed it to the corner. Puck's along the near side wall. Puck taken away, now Akerson with it, chips it off the boards to get it to the neutral zone. Puck's along the far wall. Picked up by Hetner in the corner. Just skate forward with it, tries to pass across, intercepted by Warroad. Now Akerson will throw it to the far side and get it out of the zone. Emery Prosser puts pressure on and steals it. Skates into the zone, shot saved by the goaltender. Face off, taken by Balloon, wins it over. Martinka out to the point. Shot by Willa Prosser, comes off the shin pad and out of the zone. Picked up by Hepner. To Willa. Willa passes forward and they'll throw it in offside. Balloon on the draw for the Stars. Wins it over to Davis off of Davis's skate and Warroad will throw it in. Puck rings behind the net. Wheeler picks it up. Pressured, but Balloon's there to help out. Balloon skates with speed up the near side. Gets it past one and out to the neutral zone. Now the puck's in everybody's feet, and Warroad will take it away and bring it into the zone. She's pulled down, and will get called for a strip on that one. Now we got the puck pinned up. And the Stars will go on the penalty kill. 5:22 remaining in the first period. Stars down 0-2. Face-off come to the right side of Peterson. Puck moves in through the face-off circle. Warroad will skate it back to the corner. Now behind the net, centering attempt. Emery Prosser takes it. She's knocked down. Warroad skates through neutral zone with it. Emery gets in front of that one. Whacks it forward. Warroad will pass it to the weak side. Pass intercepted by Akerson, and Warroad just gets a stick on it to keep her from going on a breakaway. Now it's dumped in by Warroad. Emery Prosser skates over onto it. Behind the net. Pass across. Peterson gets to it and saves it. That was a beautiful setup there by Warroad on the power play, and Peterson got across to it. Face-off sits underneath the centers. Hepner steps away and pushes it forward. Now Warroad turns it back into the corner. Pass out to the point, goes past the player. Balloon comes away with it. We got a 2-on-1. And she has that puck moved off of her stick. And Warroad will come back to speed. Into the zone. Around one, round two, and shot scored. And Stars go down 0-3. 4:17 remaining in the first period. Prosser will take the draw for the Stars, flanked by Martinka and Davis. Prosser wins the draw back to Prosser. Willa moves it forward. Now Hepner will step up to take it and moves it into the zone. Ward moves it across. Cross center ice now. They'll dump it in. Emery Prosser grabs it, skates out with it. Pushes it forward into the zone. Finds it. Now Warroad will skate up with it. Skates past Prosser. Peterson makes a save. Puck comes out to the neutral zone. Warroad with the puck up the near side. Pass intercepted by Hepner. Hepner has it tipped off of her stick. Willis steps over to help her out. Chips it all on the boards. Ward with it on the far side. Now Garner throws it in. Balloon goes to chase into the corner. Garner steps in front of that pass. Puck's behind the net. Balloon will find it. And he steps out with it. Tries to move it to Garner. Goes past her. Wagner steps in to hold that one down low. And Garner throws it in front of the net. Finds it again. Shoots through the crease. Puck picked up by Warroad. Chipped off the near side boards. Wagner will have to come find it. Wagner through the neutral zone to Balloon. Balloon up the left side. Pressured and loses the puck. Warroad skates forward with it. They'll pass forward. Intercepted by Wagner. She'll move it over to Dolly. Dolly chips it off the boards to the Warroad player. Shot on. Peterson saves. Shot moved out to the point. Shot high, glove save Peterson. Crosser on the draw. Puck pulled back by Warroad out to the point. Shot comes in front of the net and picked up by Barton. Barton banks it off the boards. That's going to go for icing. Prosser, Hepner, Barton, and Akerson on the ice for the Stars. Face-off come to the right side of Peterson. Warroad wins the draw. The far wall. Now move it down to the corner where it's picked up by Amory Prosser. Has trouble pulling it off the boards there and rings it up towards Barton. Barton steps off the wall, turns back. She pulled off a bit, gets back to it, chips it along the boards, gets it out of the zone. Now it comes back to center ice. End up along the wall here. And Prosser will step away with it. Prosser skates in, cuts back, has it taken off of her stick. Warroad moves the puck, long pass along the far side. That'll go for icing. .127 remaining in the first period here. Warroad leading 3-0. Balloon, Davis, Martinka, Prosser, and Hepner on the ice for the Stars. Warroad wins the draw and they'll skate it out into the neutral zone. Cross center ice along the near side boards. Prosser takes that away from her and skates behind the net. She moves it up to the far wall. Martinka throws it forward where it's picked up by Warroad. They'll have it at center ice and they'll dump it in softly and give chase. Hepner's going to get there. Nope. And Balloon steps away with it. She pushes it forward to Martinka. Martinka leaves it there, goes through Hepner's skates. And comes back up that far wall to the point. Pushed towards the middle, moved out of there by Willa Prosser, comes out of the zone. Warroad will retreat and regather. Pass up the far side, pass across, intercepted by Hepner. Now we'll go down to the end wall. She'll move it up to Davis along the near side boards. Davis can't get to it. Now Prosser back in the corner with it. She'll skate forward with it. She gets across center ice and dumps it, goes for a change. Warroad moves it to the near side corner. Up the boards to their wing. Dolly steps in, but they get it past her. Now Garner intercepts the pass. Throws it back towards the Warroad zone. And that'll do it for the first period. After one, Warroad leading 3-0. Looks like the teams determined how long their own intermission was, as they came out back to the ice before a buzzer, a timer, or the officials. All right, Stars in black moving from left to right. Warroad in white moving from right to left. Stars are down 0-3 currently. Prosser in the draw. Warroad wins it back. Pressure put on. Puck's in front. Rebound. Shot. All right, face-off come to the left side of the Warroad 10D. Face-off won by Warroad over to the far side. Dolly's going to chase over to get to it. Chipped out by Warroad. Emery Prosser takes it, skates back into the neutral zone, up across center ice, with speed into the far side. It's that puck taken from her and chipped back out to the neutral zone. Puck chipped in. Dolly will find it. Dolly moves the puck out of the corner. Puck comes across, past everybody, shot, turned away by Peterson. Back out to Warroad, another save by Peterson. Somebody's got to get the puck. Saved by Peterson, dropped in front of herself. Peterson pushes it out with her leg. Now Akerson will skate it out. Pass across to Barton. Barton finds it, puts it into the zone, falls down. But the girl behind her fell down too and knocked that one back into the zone. Warroad pulls it off the wall. They move it forward up the near sideboard. Into the left side. Hits the brakes. Pass across through everybody. And puck chipped out of the zone there. Warroad will move it back up the near side into the zone. Shot from middle. Peterson saves. Tries to cover. Can't get to it. Puck comes out to the corner. And Wagner's going to go for a rough in front of the net for battling for position. And the Stars will go back on the PK. 2-minute penalty assessed to Wagner. Prosser, Hepner, Prosser, and Barton out there on the PK for the Stars. 15-15 remaining in the second period. Face-off won by Prosser, back to Prosser. Really hits the brakes, turns, throws it out to the point. Shot, wide of the net. Puck in the far corner, centering attempt through everybody. Picked up by Warroad, pressure put on by Emery. She throws it out to the point. Puck bounces off Peterson's stick and is cleared out by Hepner. Puck comes out to the neutral zone. Now Warroad will move it forward again. Skates it into the zone. Pressured by Willa, but gets a centering attempt. Peterson's there for the save. And the puck scoots back to the back wall. Hepner's going to pull her down. No call on that one. Centering attempt, tipped, and now Prosser finds it. Prosser skates up the far side. She's taken out, takes out the ref. Oh, she played the puck! What are we doing here? All right, we're getting a penalty called against Warroad. So that'll go 4-on-4 hockey for a minute and 1 second. I am not sure what the call was on that. Face off, come to the right side of the Warroad tendy. Face off, push to the far wall and thrown out. That's not going to make it. Will is going to have to win that race. Warroad gets to it, skates it behind the net. Balloon steps in to help. Now Prosser's got it pinned up along the wall. Warroad pulled down. Now Prosser steps away with it. Skates past one. Bounces off the wall, but it stays in the zone. Now Prosser hits it again. Comes up to Balloon. Balloon will just fire it down. That's maybe going to make it. 23 seconds remaining in the Wagner penalty. A minute 23 remaining in the Warroad penalty. Face-off won by Prosser, back to the corner, picked up by Hepner. Hepner skates it forward, cross center ice, dumps it into the zone. Puck along the wall, pulled out by Hepner, circles, pass, picked off by Warroad. Now it comes out to the neutral zone. Wagner fires it back in offside. Right as she stepped out of the box. Prosser will take the draw for the Stars. Warroad wins that back. Pass up into the neutral zone. Emery Prosser will pick that one up. Puck rolling on edge. She throws it out to the neutral zone. Warroad throws it in, intercepted by Wagner. Now it's chipped off of her stick, back to Dolly. Dolly's pass is blocked. Now comes forward to Akerson and turn back into the Star zone. Stars have got 30 seconds left on this power play. Emery across the ice loses it. Awkward change there for the Stars. Now Wagner will be back on it. Skates it forward, chips it off the boards. Picked up by Balloon and into the zone. She'll lose it there along the wall. Dump down along the half wall and into the corner. Balloon races to it, gets it pinned up in the far corner. She'll step away with it. Looking for help there behind the net. Hits the brakes, turns back, loses it into the corner. Marchenko will come over to help. Now Balloon will get back to it. She skates off the wall with it. Shot attempt hits the side of the net, bouncing around over there. Warroad moves up the near side through the neutral zone into the Star zone. Centers, just off of her stick, given right back to her.
Up there.
Haley kicked the net off. Stars trailing 0-3 still. 11:41 remaining in the second period. Face off, pushed over to the far wall. Hepner steps up to it. Gets it forward, now on Hagelin's stick. Hagelin skates it into the zone, just pressured. Puck keeps moving the right way, and now Warroad will step in and take it. Lifting it from near wall. Comes back to the blue line and into the zone. Emery Prosser finds it. Gets that pass up to Hagelin, center ice. She'll turn and fire it down into the zone. Pressure put on by Garner, but Warroad's able to throw it up to the wall. Now Hagelin finds it again. Just pressured off of it. Now Warroad with it. Cross center ice, chipped off the boards and into the Star zone, picked up by Emery. Emery Prosser runs into a defender and falls down. Now the Stars will bring it into the zone with speed. Willer with it. Turns, gets a shot, goes off the side of the net. Now it's behind the net. Akerson with it. Turns, fires, goes through everybody all the way back to this side. Puck comes off the wall. Warroad moves it up across center ice. Into the zone. Shot turned away by Peterson. Warroad with it in the near corner. They'll dump it behind the net. Picked up by Barton. She's pressed off it in the corner. Warroad comes away with it. Nope, Barton gets back to it. And it's there. Dolly pulls it out. Dolly moves it forward. Stars get it to the blue line, but not out. Now Barton steps in front of that one, gets it out of the zone. She'll throw it forward, just out of the reach of Balloon. Warroad finds it, throws it back up the wall, pushed back into Akerson to Balloon. Balloon pinned against the wall. She steps away with it, moves it back to Akerson behind the net. Centering attempt goes through everybody and can't be held in. Wagner throws that one in offside. Prosser will take the draw for the Stars. 9:40 remaining in the period. Puck comes into the Warroad zone just across the line. Hemmer's knocked over. Davis sneaks in there with it. Warroad chips it off the boards and out of the zone. Emery with it. That puck is rolling on edge again. Emery gets into the zone. Shot deflects off a defender. Wide of the net. Hepner steps in front of that one, keep it in the zone. Now it's played back to the corner. Warroad off the back wall. Pass out in the neutral zone. Hepner's going to have to hustle back to help out. Centering attempt through everybody. Puck dumped all the way down by Prosser. Floor and icing. .51 remaining in the second period. Stars down by 3. Balloon will take the draw. Garner and Haglund with her on the forwards. Balloon wins that draw back. It sits underneath her feet, pressing around, bouncing, and Balloon will step away with it. Balloon chips it off the wall, tries to race past, and Warroad's able to get a stick on that and turn it back around, out to the neutral zone. Puck picked up by Wagner. She'll throw it out of the zone to center ice to Garner. Garner moves it forward. It's behind Balloon. Balloon goes into the corner with that girl. Now comes away with the puck. She's pushed against the wall. Puck sitting under their feet, comes away, and Warroad takes it. She'll turn back. Pass intercepted by Dolly and then chipped out by Warroad. Wagner jabs at that one, gets just enough on it so Garner can get back to it. Pass out of the reach of Haglund. Warroad will turn it around, throw it back in. Emery Prosser with it. Turns, fires it. Hits the boards, comes back to Warroad, gets a stick on it, comes to the blue line and out. Warroad with it at center ice, they'll throw it near side. Wagner will have to get back to that one. Throws it up the boards, nobody there to help. Wagner gets it again in the corner. Rings it around to Garner on the far side, he just shovels it back behind the net. Emery will skate out. And she's pressured, loses it into the corner. She'll hand it out to the point. Warroad pass across, intercepted by Garner, who gets it out of the zone. And they'll dump it right back in. Now Dolly finds it. She has it taken off of her stick. Warroad's able to throw that one in deep. Wagner will have to chase it behind the net. Hits the brakes, skates right back into that Warroad player. Moves it forward to Akerson. Chips it off the boards, and Warroad throws it in offside. Score here is Warroad 3, Stars 0. 6:40 remaining in the second period. Prosser will take the draw for the Stars. Warroad wins it back. Sits under her feet. Pressured by Akerson. Now puck back along the wall. Pass across, intercepted by Hepner. Hepner moves it back to Akerson. Akerson's got Barton up there. Hits Barton in the foot. That was clearly offsides, and the ref did not call that. Warroad comes out with the puck. Skating into the neutral zone. Pressured there. Puck bouncing around. Hepner skates it forward, dumps it into the zone. Puck comes to the near side corner. Pressure on it, slows it down. Now Warroad's able to get it out into the neutral zone. Played forward by Martinka, right to Warroad. She'll hit it. Hepner pushes it forward, gets it into the zone. Offside again, I believe. Puck comes back out to center ice. And that is very offside. There were about 3 offsides that weren't called there in that sequence. Balloon will take the draw for the Stars. 5:36 remaining in the second period. Face off won by Warroad. Up the near side boards. Skating it in along the wall. She'll pull off the wall. Shot. Peterson save. Covered. And that'll be a whistle. Prosser, Barton, Akerson out there for the Stars. The official jamming that net back down as Peterson's been hard on her posts. Face off won by Warroad over the far wall. Centering attempt underneath Wagner's feet. Shot off the side of the net. Prosser, she's hemmed up there and loses the puck. Centering attempt comes through everybody, picked up by Akerson. Akerson with speed up the near side, gets it into the zone. Skates it around behind the net, and she's pulled down.
Damn.
2 minutes for hooking called on Warroad. 5 minutes exactly remaining in the second period. Stars down 0-3 still. Power play opportunity here. We've got Wagner, Balloon, Akerson, Barton, and Prosser on the ice for the Stars. Puck comes back to Prosser. She'll move it up to the point to Wagner. She'll fire a shot. Goes through everybody. Balloon steps in, fires it at the net, off of the defender for Warroad. She'll throw it out into the neutral zone. Picked up by Wagner at center ice. Circles the zone. Brings it up the far side. Into the zone, shot on, saved by the goalie. Puck behind the net, up the near side boards. Balloon will step in to hold that one. Gets it to Akerson. Akerson behind the net with it. Circles. Throws a shot off a shin pad back to the corner to her. Throws a shot through, hits another shin pad, and goes back over the Warroad player. Pass through. Warroad with speed into the zone. Wagner on her, pins her against the wall, knocks her down. Now Emery Prosser with it. Emery up the near side, into the zone. Fires a shot off the glove of the goalie. Picked up along the far wall by Barton. Barton gets it out to Balloon at the point. Shot, hits a defender in front. Now Warroad comes out with it. Swipe at that one. Shot, blocker saved by Peterson. Picked up by Willa Prosser. She'll skate forward with it. Willa skates it into the zone. Cut center. Centering attempt. And the net came off. Once again, if anybody that sells real estate wants to sponsor us for the net has moved, contact so-and-so for a new home. We'll definitely take a sponsor. All right, face-off coming to the right side of that Warroad goaltender. Face-off won by Balloon. Drops it back for Hepner, who throws a shot, bounces up high in the air. Warroad will skate it out, bounce it out into the neutral zone. Puck sitting on the blue line. Now it's picked up by Hepner. She'll leave it there for Prosser. Prosser moves it forward. Pass balloon, comes back out. Prosser plays it forward, goes to the Warroad player. Down into the corner. Prosser will find it. Skated to that far corner, moves it up to Hagelin. The puck comes back to Prosser. She'll circle back with it. Takes the brakes, comes back this way, moves it forward. Her pass intercepted there. Warroad leaves it there in the corner, picked up by her own player. Now Garner throws it back behind the net to the Warroad player. Wrap around attempt, turned away by Peterson. Centers. Shot. High in the air. Peterson tries to punch at that one, but it goes wide of the net. Puck comes off the wall. Garner tries to get it out of the zone. Can't get it there. Hepner skates that one into the boards. Davis passes forward to Balloon. Balloon with speed. Into the far side of the zone. Gets a shot. Goes off the crossbar. Out to the point for Wagner. Wagner throws a shot. Bounces off the defender. Face off won by Warroad, back into the corner. Having along the wall, it's pinned up there by Barton. Comes out to Wagner along the wall, she'll chip it back into the corner. Now on Akerson's feet, back to Barton, she'll ring it around the wall. Stars will pull that one away, out to the point for Dolly. Dolly will fire a shot wide of the net. Picked up by Warroad. No pass, and they've got a 2-on-0 situation going on. Huge diving swipe by Wagner gets to that one. Puck chipped out of the zone. 1:10 remaining in the period. Pass comes over to the Warroad player. She falls down and plays it into the zone. Puck out to the neutral zone. Maya's got it. Cross center ice. Into the zone. Akerson with it. Fires one. Off of the goalie and off of the side of the net. Davis sneaks in to find that. Gets it out to Balloon. Balloon will skate it behind the net. Hits the brakes. Pulls it back this way. Balloon's pass. Deflects. And it comes out of the zone past Prosser. She'll skate back onto it. Prosser skating through the neutral zone. Has trouble with that one. Martinka comes over to help. Now back to Prosser. Back to Martinka. Martinka gets it into the zone. Puck along the far side. Dumped in by Hepner. Warroad behind their own net. 16 seconds remaining in the period. Comes out of the zone. Prosser throws it back in for offside. Twelve seconds. Up to the far side. Warroad with it. 5 seconds remaining. They'll dump it in. And that should do it. That'll do it. Stars down 3-0 after 2. 15-minute intermission for resurfacing here. And then we'll be back for third period action. Awesome. It was good talking. All right, back for third period action here. Stars in black moving from right to left. Prosser wins the draw. Back to Prosser. She pitches it forward to Akerson. Akerson with speed into the zone. She's pinned up. Ooh, centering attempt and goes through to the goalie. Let me zoom you guys in a little bit. Oh. If you have me muted, how would you like me to give you a score update? I'll show you the scoreboard. We're down 3-0. Centering attempt there goes through everybody, held in the zone by Hepner. And the puck comes to the far side, shot through the crease, into the corner. Centered, stick on it by Akerson, leaves that puck there at the top of the circle, and now it's moved back to Hepner. Hepner turns, fires a pass out to center ice. Warroad able to move that puck forward. Tipped there by Barton. Now Hepner with it. She'll skate up the near side with it into the zone. Throws it just wide of the net. Puck thrown out by Warroad. That'll go past everybody. Prosser goes back to get it. And then Prosser throws it out to the point. It's held in there by Warroad. Picked up by Wagner. She moves it around. Garner throws it across to Martinka. Martinka across center ice. Hold on a little bit, but gets it into the zone. Now it comes back out to center ice. Garner waits, fires. Warroad misplays that, leaves it there next to the net. Pressure put on by Martinka. Puck's down in the near corner, rung around to the far corner. Pass intercepted there by Davis, and she'll leave it there. Now Warroad's able to get to it and get it out. Warroad skating through center ice with it into the zone along the far side. Wagner gets a stick on it. Now the puck pushes down to the end wall. Dolly fighting for it along the end wall. Pops that out, and Balloon will skate onto it. She moves it forward past Martinka. Shot tipped and goes wide. Puck behind the net. Peterson falls down, trying to scoot from side to side on the crease. Shot from off of the wall, wide of the net. Warroad takes it through the corner, centers. Peterson chips that one up. Now Davis gets that out into the neutral zone. Warroad throws a pass. Way down. They're going to race for it. Warroad gets to it, pulls it into the corner. Backhanded there is picked up by Emery Prosser. She'll pass it forward out of Hagelin's reach. Puck's at center ice. Warroad moving that puck back and forth and get it into the zone. Emery Prosser moves it there, but Hepner picks it up. She'll move it forward to Hagelin. Hagelin chips it, gets it into the zone. Wood skates up the near wall. They throw it out. Hepner keeps it there, throws it into the zone. Emery gets a stick on that one, but it comes out anyway. Warroad skating it forward, pushing it into the corner. Puck along the back wall. Comes out to Barton. Barton moves it to Prosser. Prosser up the near side. Centers off of the skate of the defender. Barton comes in to help out, but Warroad skates it out. Warroad skates into the zone with it. Pass across through everybody. Picked up by Dolly. Over to Akerson along the board. She chips it forward, but held in by Warroad. Shot deflects off Wagner's stick. Wagner's pass is deflected. Akerson will get to it. She fires it across to Barton, gets a stick on it. Still going to be icing. No, we waved that off. I'm not sure why. Pass across the middle. Martinka steps in and turns that one back into the zone. Martinka with pressure, pins that girl up against the end wall. Fires it out to Dolly. Dolly turns, fires one. Shot, rebound, sitting there. Cleared out. Now Garner skates back to it. Garner Offsides instead of icing. Okay. I guess. Offsides. Elizabeth was still 10 feet inside the zone. Balloon will take the draw for the Stars. Wins that puck over to Garner. Garner battles along the wall, pushes it forward into the zone. Balloon will chase. Balloon goes into the corner hard. Garner finds it, centers. Picked up by Warroad. Warroad moves it forward. Through the neutral zone, all the way down. Hepner gets to it, but icing is called. Stars are trailing 0-3 still. 11:51 remaining in the third period. Akerson, Barton, Prosser, Hepner, and Prosser out there for the Stars. Face-off sits under Prosser's feet, comes back to Willa. Willa fires a shot through everybody. Almost tipped by Akerson there. Shot just through the crease and wide of the net by Barton. Henry Prosser skates over onto it, pushes it back behind the net. She'll find it, skates out with it. Around one, loses it off of her foot, and Warroad will dump it out of the zone. Hepner throws it in, offside. Prosser will take the draw, pushes it over past Barton. Warroad's able to find it. Pass across their other defenseman. Now up the far side. I think there's another missed offsides call. Puck comes out to the point. Thrown by Warroad. Tipped wide of the net. Wagner throws it forward off of Barton's skate. Now it comes back to Wagner. Wagner throws it far side off of the defender's skate, and it'll come all the way through the neutral zone. Puck comes out off a Balloon's stick as she's racing into the zone. Good patience there from Wagner to wait to throw that one in so we can get our girls back on side. Puck moved around to the far corner. Martinka finds it. Throws it back to the corner. Garner gets it out to Wagner. Wagner will use the boards to keep that one in. Now it's thrown all the way down by Warroad for icing. Davis, Prosser, Hagelin. Oh, pass drop right to the Warhead player. She'll skate out with speed. She's going to be on a 1-on-0 breakaway. Shot high over the net. Puck comes along the boards. That comes outside of the zone. Everybody stops except the refs don't blow the whistle. Puck comes to the middle. Willa Prosser moves it forward. Can't get it out of the zone. Hagelin fighting for it. Centered. Peterson didn't even see that puck coming. Gets centered and a goal. Face off, push to the near side. Dolly will step up onto it. Dolly pushes it in. That's thrown all the way down by Warroad. That'll go for icing if it makes it. Face off, push forward by Prosser. It's behind the net, picked up by Barton, run around the corner. Puck comes out to Dolly. Dolly fires, tipped by Barton just over the net. Puck along the far boards. Wagner jumps in on it. That's coming out. Dolly's going to have to hustle to get to that one. Dolly drops it behind herself, but Warroad skates to it. Now it's back to the corner. Dolly moves it forward to Akerson. Akerson out to the neutral zone. Misplayed there dangerously by the Warroad player. Now Warroad comes out with it. She overskates it. Bouncing around still just inside the blue line. Now it comes out to the neutral zone. Garner backhands it, gets it down into the zone. Warroad will pass D to D. Passing up through the middle. Good stick there by Hepner, but she throws it right back to the Warroad player. Shot fired, goes wide of the net. Puck comes out to the point. It's in Garner's feet. Garner whiffs on a pass. Now she gets it out of the zone. Puck goes to the far side for Warroad. They'll throw it in, intercepted by Hepner. Skates through a stick there to get that puck moving across center ice into the zone. She centers, bouncing puck, finds it again, shot, goal! Clara Hepner follows her own shot, rebound, and a goal. .809 remaining in the third period. Stars get their first one on the board. Bring this back to a 1-4 game. Face off, push back towards the Warroad zone. They'll play it across the near side. Skating across center ice into the zone with it. Skating through the defenders. Emery gets a stick on that one, moves it back to the end wall and finds it. Played there by Barton. She'll throw it off the boards. Comes over to Akerson into the zone with it. She's pinned up against the wall with it. Warroad will skate back onto it. Now good pressure from Prosser. Gets that puck moving. Prosser comes and finds it in the near side corner. Skates across the top of the circle. She'll fire a shot. Goes wide of the net. Puck out at the point. Thrown in by Willa on net. Goalie can't handle the rebound, so they'll scoot it out of there. Pressure put on here by Balloon. Puck comes just outside of the zone. Balloon moves it back into the zone. Now pressure from Martinka gets that back into the zone. She'll overskate it though, and Warroad will be able to move it out to the neutral zone. Player all alone on the far side. Good pressure there from Willa Prosser to slow that one down. Garner collects it, bounces it off the back wall, in her feet. Now in the far corner. She'll use the boards, throw it out into the neutral zone. D to D pass from Warroad. Puck move forward. Garner gets a stick on it, gets it moving back the other way. Now Martinka with it across center ice, will dump it in. Puck behind the Warroad net. Wagner gets a stick on that. It comes just outside the zone and Dolly throws it in offside. Prosser, Hagelin, Davis, Wagner, and Dolly out there for the Stars. Face off one by Prosser, comes back past Wagner. Wagner fires it near side to Davis. Davis chips it off the boards and into the zone. Warroad passes it up to the far side across center ice. With speed into the zone. Pressed off by Emery. Now Dolly will pick it up. Dolly moves it forward to Davis. Davis hits it off the boards, but out to the point. Shot blocked off of Emery's head. Puck dumped in behind the net. Now it's moved up to Davis on the near side boards. Davis throws it into the zone. Warroad will throw that one in. Ooh, I thought she was across the center line. I really thought she was. I'm pretty sure.
make sure.
No instant replay today, but I think all the fans from both teams are in agreement that she was definitely across that center line. Shouldn't have been icing. Puck thrown towards the net, now picked up by Amory Prosser. Hits around the circle, shot. Glove saved by the goalie, puts that one high. Now the puck in the corner. Barton comes into the corner, using her backside to push that player away from it. Now Warroad will step away with it. Pass deflects off of Akerson's skate. Now Ward's able to move it up through the neutral zone. Centering attempt turned away by Willa Prosser. Willa with speed through the right side of our zone, moves it forward across center ice where it's picked up by Warroad. She gets it chipped into the zone though. Pass intercepted. Now it goes back up center ice for Wagner. Wagner gets a shot off a shin pad. Now it's coming back. Warroad's got it. Garner gets a stick on that one and push it over the wall. Garner falls down. She loves when I point that out. Martinka with a great pass across the balloon, up the near side. Across the blue line into the left side of the zone. She comes, gets a call there. Center attack. Shot glove saved by Warroad's Tendy, and the Stars will be on the power play. All right. Prosser, Barton, Balloon on the forwards on the power play. Wagner and Akerson, the defenseman. Puck comes out to the point, fired back in by Akerson. Now Emery picks it up behind the net, goes for a shot off the goalie. Fired from the point by Akerson, high of the net. That was that Elena special there. Now the puck comes through the neutral zone. Peyton's going to have to get back to get it. Peyton skates it behind the net. And moves it up the wall, chipped up to Emery. Emery up the far side, loses that one with a little bit of pressure. Warroad passes, intercepted. Wagner tries to throw it in, whiffs. Now Warroad brings it in. She's bumped off of that by Emery. Great back check. Puck moved forward by Martinka along the wall. She just bangs it off the wall right to the point. And she's going to throw it all the way down the ice. And it's played by the goalie. I don't think these refs understand that when the goalie plays the puck, it's not icing. That's the third time this game that's happened. Balloon on the draw for the Stars. Warroad wins that back to the point. Balloon puts pressure on her. Puck pops out of the zone. Brought back in offside by Warroad. .58 seconds remaining on the power play for the Stars. Balloon will drop back to defense. Akerson up to right wing. Puck's dropped. Akerson sneaks over to it. It's pushed past the Warroad defenseman. She'll get back onto it. Pressure put on by Akerson. She intercepts the pass. Centering attempt is tipped. Now comes back to the corner. Akerson's ridden off of it. Now Barton will get over to it. And got a breakaway chance here, but Balloon will get back to cover that one up. Barton falls down, spinning around, causing chaos. Prosser just pulls one down. No call on it. We'll throw it right back to the girl. She'll throw a shot on. And we'll have a penalty coming against the Stars. Willa Prosser will go to the box. So 4-on-4 action for 16 seconds here. 2-minute penalty assessed to Willa Prosser. Stars trailing 1-4. Emery on the draw. Warroad wins it back to the point. Puck dumped down to the corner, picked up by Dolly. Dolly loses it in the corner to the Warroad player. She'll skate behind the net with it. Centering attempt. Peterson gets a stick on that. Akerson gets it. Akerson up the right side. Scoots it across. Gets tipped so Prosser can't get to it. Now Dolly steps forward with it. Prosser pulls one shot. Caught by the goaltender. Shots on goal is what the Stars need right now. Trailing 1-4 with 2:08 remaining. Minute 27 remaining on the Prosser penalty. Bruin will take the draw. Warroad wins it over to the far side. They'll ring it around the net. Comes out to Hepner, who steps in to keep that one low. She throws it back down. Now Warroad moves it up. We'll chip it off the boards. Wagner will get back to it. Wagner will cross to Barton. Barton banged into the boards there. Puck to the far side for Warroad. They'll throw it in. Hepner will have to get back there and get it. She loses that puck, but gets it back. Skates it forward, gets it moving to Balloon. Balloon up the right side. Shovels it forward out to the neutral zone. Pass intercepted by Wagner. She'll lose it there. And she's going to go to the box for tripping. And we'll have a 5-on-3 situation for 36 seconds. Minute 18 remaining in the period. Hepner, Prosser, Akerson out there for the Stars as we go on this 5-on-3 penalty kill with a minute 18 left. Face off, one on the near side boards, out to the point, shot wide of the net. Puck goes to the corner. Puck pulled off the end wall, out to the face off that. Peterson saves, pushes across. Warroad, pass across. Puck comes behind the net. Centering attempt. Peterson, oh, she got a piece of it and snuck by her. Oh, no goal, net was off. Willa! Net was off. Net was off. All right, net was off, so that one, no goal. 54 seconds remaining. 5-on-3 action here still. Prosser on the draw. Warroad wins that one out to the point. Moves it down to the corner. Pass out to the front. Tipped out to the neutral zone by Hepner. Prosser's coming out of the box now. 5-on-4 action. Pass across. Intercepted by Hepner. She'll use the boards but can't get it out of the zone. Warroad will step through and get it to the corner. Picked off by Willa Prosser there. Willa skates behind the net. She's pestered, but gets it out of there. Through the neutral zone. Up and on the right side. Cuts it back. Gets a shot through everybody and wide of the net. And now we got a 3-on-1 situation here. Pass across is deflected. Shot wide of the net. 5 seconds remaining. Shot for puck at the point. Shot. Peterson save. And that'll do it for the game. Stars lose 1-4. And that'll do it. We'll be back tomorrow for whatever game we're given.